everybody, welcome back to my channel. Yeah, I did. And he didn't spook. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another vlog. It's a very random vlog today. I was going to say spontaneous, but I use that word far too much. It is spontaneous though.
Well, it is spontaneous.
Maybe it's because my whole life is spontaneous and not much is planned.
You've got a very good week this week though, nice quiet week.
I've got such a quiet week this week.
Yeah, which is good because you have been very busy.
Which is lovely. And Susie and I are just going for a moochie hack. Banks had a treatment yesterday following his, I was going to say victory. It was a victory. It was a victory in my eyes.
Yeah, victory of how fast you can go around a show jumping course.
Didn't want any time faults. Yeah, he had a massage yesterday, a post-eventing checkup, which was all good.
I've got to say, he does feel very good.
Yeah, he was rather sprightly when Suze first got on.
And I haven't ridden for about 2 weeks.
Extremely forwards.
Yeah.
And yeah, Sue says, are you vlogging today? We were originally going to go to the school, just to give Enzo a bit of a little school because he's had just over a week off. No, exactly a week off, not over. Exactly a week off. He's had 2 hacks since being back in work. And yeah, we were going to go to the school, but because I managed to get Banks another spontaneous thing, wow, we've gone a funny colour, a treatment yesterday with Sam, he needs a hack today as opposed to a school. So, moochie hack it is.
Moochie hack it is. This Auntie Susie's falling over.
Keep your contact.
Keep the contact.
And Sue says, can we vlog? Because I want to ask you something. And I'm a bit, I don't know whether I'm going to put this out there or not because I don't know what the heck she wants to ask me.
Well,
can I turn my camera around?
Yeah, so basically I was watching a video this morning of a vlogger that I watch, and she did a video with the title, The Top 5 Things I Have Learnt Since Becoming 40.
Oh wow, I've only been 40 a couple of weeks.
And I thought, do you know?
A month today.
I know.
A month yesterday. A month the day before.
And I thought to myself, do you know, I think that'll be a great little video to help people with things that you learn as you get older and things that perhaps people need to try not to worry about when they're younger. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So
it's learnt in the build up to 40, not as in what I've learnt in the last month.
Yeah, so on the build up, yeah, since turning 40,
okay.
What things you've learnt.
Wow.
Which I thought would be quite a cool topic of conversation.
Okay.
Because I know that lots of people watch this channel who are, down she goes.
Down she goes.
A little bit older, and also people that are in their 30s and even your 20s, things.
So basically sort of things you tell your younger self.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, worry less about the things that aren't important.
Yeah, definitely.
And actually worrying doesn't solve anything?
100%.
Okay.
But I think it is part of growing up, isn't it? It is part of growing up that we worry about things that perhaps when you get older you think, God, I spent all that time worrying about it, but actually it doesn't matter.
No. Okay.
So that's what.
Wow, and you want me to think of 5 things?
Yeah. So I'll let you have a little break to think of them.
Okay. Can we have a little chat and brief, and then we'll decide what's good to show and what's
Banksy's
not?
just about to spook at something, guys. Come on, Banks. Good boy, Banks.
Good boy, Banks. Lola was even singing that the other day.
That's my little
trademark. Can we do a little debrief of the champs first?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Is that
Oh,
okay?
I was gutted I couldn't come with you.
Oh, we were gutted you weren't there too.
Yeah, my little dog, guys, had an operation.
When you just said my little dog, guys, that sounded like my little dog died.
Oh, no,
Mate.
my little dog, guys. Yeah.
Had to have an operation,
Had
didn't
to have
Piggy.
a last-minute operation, and obviously
she's doing
I
well.
couldn't go. She's
like
doing really
She's like a
well.
new one.
She's like a new one now.
New little woofer, just with less teeth.
With less teeth, because she basically got no teeth, guys. She had to have every single tooth extracted out of her mouth.
That's one of the things I've learnt since becoming 40.
Go on.
That chihuahuas get teeth problems.
Yeah.
There we go.
There you go.
1 out of 5 done.
End of the video.
Okay, so I've had time to think.
Yeah.
I've got 5 chapter headings. The first one being worry less, which I realise is easier said than done at times. It's, easier said than done to just say worry less, but focus on I feel like everything I'm saying is about to merge into one because my next thing was going to be power of
No,
positivity.
you can't go on to the next thing.
I
yet.
know,
It's
but
just
I was
about
going to
worry.
say focus on positives rather than negatives.
I think with your job though, in terms of like worrying,
Yeah.
you have a, you know, there's no denying you've got a big following.
Wow, this is not
So-
going to be good footage. It might be good sound because of the new mics, but the footage might not be great. There's
no denying you've got a big following.
Mm-hmm.
So you're never going to please naturally everyone all of the time.
Yeah.
Like, unfortunately, in the job that you do.
Yeah.
But if you just, like what you say, stay true to yourself and just be honest, you can't be anything.
Exactly, and I think that is
more
where, although
different to
we've
that.
like cross-referenced it to my job, I think that is where it does portray to everybody in all aspects of life.
Mm-hmm.
Just be authentically you. Some people might not like it, and it is hard not to worry about what other people think, but you've got to focus on the percentage of people and things that are going well in your life and that do love you, and yeah, focus on the positives. Susie's got more she'd like to add to that.
Yeah, I want to add to that. So do you think, like, when you were younger, oh, good boy, Banks, do you think when you were younger, you would worry what people thought of you, like before influencing?
Before influencing.
Yeah, do you think, like, you'd worry what people
Yeah,
thought of
yeah. Because I'm such a big overthinker. Like, I remember being at school, like, you know, when you worry something you said might have upset a friend or something. Yeah. Yeah.
you? Yeah. So I bet you there is lots of people watching this who perhaps feel in the same position, or whether or not they used to feel like that, you know?
Yeah.
And I think the biggest advice is try not, even though it's so hard to say try not to worry, but the biggest advice is just be true to yourself and be who you are. And if they don't like you, then unfortunately not everyone in this life can get on with everyone.
No, exactly.
Like that
well, it's
is
like
just-
relationships, isn't it? Not everybody's compatible.
Yeah, like that is just part of life. Not you know, like if everyone, you know, that's what makes the world different. You know, that we're all different people and we're not
And
the
I
same.
think,
So-
especially with regards, I think not just to like friendships and stuff, but regards to worrying about our horses. Like, I'm the biggest worrier with regards to my horse's health. And that's something, why are you pulling? Well, you're pretty big too. I mean, you might actually be a bigger warrior than me, and they're not even your horses.
I was going to say.
But I think, you know, we say about worry, and worry is one of the biggest, like, things that can cause stress and unhappiness in life. And I think with regards to worry as well, and something I've definitely learned is to share your worries.
Oh,
Like,
that's,
don't just keep them inside. Like, a worry shared is a worry halved. And just, speak to people. Get it out in the open. I am one that used to always build things up, and when you get it off your chest and the weight's lifted off your shoulders just by purely speaking, then worries get a whole lot easier.
Do you know, I think though, you as a person, I mean, I've been probably, how long have I been hanging around with you now? Maybe
Hanging out a couple
hanging
years.
Eh?
Couple years, but mainly a year.
Is
like
it 2 years?
Well, it's after Em's wedding, you started riding Spritey.
Oh yeah, so 2 years. So say like a good year.
Yeah.
I've noticed in the last 6 months, I would say, since you've been having like your mindset, your communication is, I think you are learning like as you'll get this. This sounds condescending and I don't want it to sound that way, but I think you are understanding.
Learning so much more about how brains work.
Yeah.
I think that is like the crux of it. And do you know what that is really? Since being made redundant, and I discovered about RSD, rejection sensitivity disorder, and how like blown apart, sounds ridiculous, but blown apart my world felt from that change. And then understanding more about why like some people could cope with that absolutely fine and see it as purely a positive instantly.
Yeah.
Since learning about my brain and how it works, I've just, I'm so much more like sensitive to, not sensitive even, just understanding of myself and my thought process and how actually it isn't abnormal, it's just different.
Exactly. And I just think it's done you the world of good with communicating.
Nearly said that without.
I know.
Woo.
But it is so true. Like you sent me the voice note the other week, didn't you? And it was like, I'm feeling this. can you help me with this? And I thought, fair play to you, because I think 12 months ago you wouldn't have done that. You would have sat there for a week worrying about it.
Yeah.
Rather than just say how
Thinking
you feel.
I'd done something wrong.
I know.
And I did message you as well the other day, didn't I? As well, saying, you've been quiet for a couple of days. Is
Yeah.
everything all right? I just wanted to check you're okay. And you were like, I really appreciate that, because I have been feeling a bit and not sleeping very well.
Yeah.
Waking up in the middle of the night, not able to get back to sleep. So
yeah, I just think it's so important. And, you know, sometimes when you're going through big things in your life, you can think you're the only one going through it.
Yeah.
But
or
actually,
sometimes also the complete opposite. You think you don't want to burden somebody else because they've got bigger problems.
Yeah.
But actually everybody's problems in perspective to...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you will find when you do talk about it, you will talk to someone one day that goes, oh my God, I went through exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
I've done exactly
And
the
this
same
is what
thing.
I did.
And you'll feel like, oh my God, I'm not the only one going through it.
Yeah. Waking up in the middle of the night in sweats. And...
Yeah.
We won't get on to perimenopause.
Not yet.
Some of our viewers are a lot younger than us. Right, next one. That was worrying. Worrying is one thing that you need to try your very best to do less of. Yeah. My next thing, item number 2, is, and it's a good one to do with you actually, Suze.
Yeah.
Move more.
Good one.
Power of exercise.
That is a good one.
I have been having my PT sessions, but I've been a bit guilty of only going to the gym when I have the PT sessions. I'm not one that likes going on my own. I'm going to keep moving on that subject. He has a flat on his bum. Keep moving on the... Oh, it's gone. Brilliant. But when I do go, I feel such a sense of, one, satisfaction for going because I haven't wanted to because I don't like going on my own. And 2, the endorphins from moving my body more and doing the exercise.
And 3, it's really good for your heart.
Well, yeah, it's really good for your heart too. And 4, we've got lots of reasons why moving more is good for you. But I as we were doing a little brief before filming, I said to Suze, once she asked me this question off camera, I said, it's funny how when, like, I did love PE at school, but lots of people don't, do they? They're like, oh no, I've got PE after lunch or whatever.
Yeah.
Whereas actually, as you get older, you realise it is a privilege to have every part of your body still working and able to move, and you're able to do the things that maybe once you're 60, 70, 80, 90, you're not able to do, and you'll be like, oh, I wish I could still go for a run. I wish I could swim in the sea. I wish I could still play hockey, or, you know, you're not going to be able to do all of these things all your lives. Ride horses, for instance.
But you're more likely to be able to do those things when you're older if you exercise when you're younger.
Yep.
And exercise when you're younger is so important. And even now, say like you haven't exercised, even now introducing exercise into your life is so important for your body, for your hormones, for your heart, just for your muscles. When you're having a little fight here.
Banks, you're so tolerant, mate. Should we keep them moving?
Yeah. Yeah, it's so important.
You were saying about muscle memory.
Yeah, muscle. So basically, if you're younger and you exercise, you build that muscle when you're younger. When you get older, oh, here we go. When you get older, it's basically your body recognises. So say like you put a bit of weight on when you get older, your body then recognises how your muscles were when you were younger. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's easier to gain tone and strength back.
Yeah, and that's a big thing for me as well. I will admit that I used to always think if I went to the gym I had to do cardio, but I've so been enjoying doing strength training.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to the gym to get... Well, I'm not going to lose weight or to get slimmer. I'm going to the gym to get stronger, and that's something I'm massively... Did I come home and go to you, I squatted 100 kilos today? Like,
yeah, it's amazing.
Not I ran 20 minutes non-stop or something like that. It's about getting stronger, and that just helps your bones and your muscles and your ligaments and everything, and tendons.
All right, darling, you've got
Well, it's the same as horses, isn't it? Same as strength training for them.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
It's just really... And let's not, you know, the physical appearance, what you see on the outside, but let's not forget about the inside. Yeah. Really important to keep your blood flow going around your body correctly. Really important to keep your heart healthy, and all those things will help you in later life.
Yeah, and I think when you, again, a bit like putting it into the context of horses, when you do these things regularly, then you notice more if there is a slight niggle or a slight abnormality. You can pick up on it quicker and get it like tended to quicker and fixed quicker. Same with our horses, like certain dressage movements, if you start noticing that they're moving slightly different or finding something slightly harder, you can do something to correct it quicker than if you aren't doing it very often and then you realise it's a bit more catastrophic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very important to keep
moving for the mind and physical health.
Can I give another tip as well? Just one more. If you're thinking about exercising or you don't or whatever, find something you love doing. So if you love walking, go walking. If you love swimming, go swimming.
People definitely underestimate the value of power of walking.
Yeah, and absolutely. But make sure the walk counts. Don't just like pootle around, you know, get out and have a good walk, you know.
Yeah, like we're doing today with the horses.
Exactly.
Sue said a minute ago, we're not going down there as a counter class. I was like, nope, they're having a good brisk walk today, although we keep stopping to film.
Yeah, and
I'm not going on a longer hack than normal.
But yeah, find something you love.
Enzo's off. As I said, did somebody say power walk? Because I'm on it. Okay, my next one is positivity is paramount.
Okay.
And I'm going to keep this short and sweet. But what I've noticed, and again, I'm going to use it in horsey context, but it applies to all aspects of life, is that we're all too quick to talk about negative things, especially when riding. Like we come out of a dressage test and we're like, oh, I wasn't quite on the centre line. The halt wasn't quite square. That downward transition was a bit, la, 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 la. Things like that. That's perfect examples of what I would often do. Mm-hmm. And I know Em won't mind me saying, but she would often do it too. And we try so hard now. He wants a snack. We keep him moving. We try so hard now, to spook at a bridge, to focus on 3 positives as soon as I come out of like a dressage test, for example. And I know using my most recent test on banks is going to be a really easy example because it was such a good test. But even if I've had a less foot perfect test, I would like to say that I would come out and be like, I was really pleased with that upward transition into canter. Like my first centre line was really great. And I'm glad that I was accurate and hit all the markers where I was supposed to. Whereas even if you've had like, maybe you might have had a little jog in your walk, still focus on the 95 or 90% of the test that went well, rather than come out and be like, oh, my halt wasn't square. I jogged in the walk and he was a bit tail swishy in the right canter. Like they're typical things that previously I could have been quite negative about and think about, but trying to train your brain into focusing on the positives in life, but especially in horsey life, is something that I've actually think I have got quite good at doing.
Yeah.
And in turn, then it does impact the rest of your positive thoughts.
Absolutely. I think changing, I always think as well, I try and do in life is change things that aren't going so well. Rather than look at the negative in them, I look at the positive.
Yeah.
Like I try and turn things into a positive. So for example, COVID for me, it's like a bad time, say, for me personally, like for my business, maybe to a degree. And I had to, obviously, I'm a fitness instructor for my job, guys. So I couldn't go out in the community anymore and teach people fitness like I was before. So I had to teach in a garage and do online classes.
Yeah.
And even though like that was upsetting for me, because my personality is I like going out and doing
you're a social
my job,
person.
I was like, no, I'm going to turn this into a positive, because now all those people that I can't reach, who can't come to a class, now have a class, and people still have a class.
Yeah.
So it's turning things, you know, rather than being sad about it, which I really was, and I struggled a lot. I tried.
So do you think if COVID had hit like 10 years earlier, you wouldn't have been able to be as positive as you would have? It's just because you were that bit older that you could.
Yeah, I think so, and also technology.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, you know, so
well, yeah, I guess thinking about it, like in perspective of that of technology, I guess my like social media and the chance for my business to become what it has become 10 years previously wouldn't have been able to be that way. Yeah, definitely. Interesting once you start thinking more in depth about things, isn't it?
I know, isn't it? I love having these in-depth conversations.
I know you do. This is like a podcast on ponies.
Yeah.
Okay, my next one is gut instincts. Always trust your gut. That icky feeling that you get where you're like, oh, I don't know what the right thing to do is, but actually deep down, you've got to always trust your gut. And I think over the years, I've been a bit conscious of whether my gut feelings are maybe a little bit too sensitive, a little bit sometimes too dramatic, but actually, now that I've got like factual evidence to prove that trusting my gut is and was the right thing to do, I will 100% always trust it now. And I don't actually think I need to elaborate on that anymore. Would you like to elaborate on anything I've said there?
I do agree with you, trust your gut. I think there's been so many instances I can think of, like in my life, where I kind of knew what was happening, but I didn't want to believe it.
Okay.
And I think that's a lesson in itself, is trust your gut. And also, unfortunately, with that sometimes comes consequences, doesn't it? That perhaps you don't want to face up to, or you don't want to deal
or people
with.
that don't agree with you and think you're being
Yeah.
silly, or think you're being, like I say, too dramatic.
Yeah.
But actually, Enzo, you're climbing the hedge, my sweet. Woo! As we said, like when you are worrying about something, because often it is in a worrying situation that it is your gut you need to trust.
Yeah.
It's all well and good speaking to people, but at the end of the day, you can get help, advice, opinions. But if you have got a really strong gut feeling, always, always, always trust it. Okay. And finally, my fifth thing.
Yeah.
And actually, I will admit this is aided a little bit by Suze. But again, leads on a bit from some of the other things we've mentioned earlier. It is that communication is key. And I, for one, am definitely one of those people that have previously shied away from saying things that I maybe wouldn't. People probably wouldn't believe that because I am quite outspoken. But that is something that's come with time and age. Like when I was younger, I would definitely shy away from any form of conflict. I would worry or be anxious about things that I was going to say might upset somebody or hurt somebody. But actually, the key to communication is like being able to say what you want to say, but being able to say it in like a diplomatic and amicable way.
Yeah.
So that it can be heard and it can be acknowledged and you can have a conversation about it, as opposed to build things up inside, not speak, and then
Be worrying.
be worrying. So like I feel like all of these things kind of all build into one. But yeah, would you like to elaborate on that? Communication?
Communication, I think, is key.
I'm going to turn us around.
Okay.
Oh, and also snacking whilst hacking is paramount.
Yeah.
Because the horses love it. And I don't care if people say I shouldn't do it.
My favourite activity.
My babies, they like snacking. Sue's like snacking. And they're good ponies.
Exactly.
But we are going to splash as well in a minute.
Yeah, so communication, I think, really is key in anything you do. So if you're at work, communication. If you're in a relationship, communication. If you're in a friendship, communication. Everything comes down to communication in life. And I've had, over COVID, I had some therapy. And that's what she said to me. She said, everything is communication. Like,
all right, snack is finished. We're taking them for a drink now. Oh, the river's low. We've had quite a lot of rain. Why is the river so low?
I don't know.
Communication. There was something I was going to elaborate on that from what you were saying, Suze. Basically, and again, goes back to my redundancy. That's one of the things that I guess really reiterated to me how important communication is, because if that had been communicated to me better and in a slightly different way to how it was, I definitely would have dealt with it a lot better. But the fact that I found out, and you know, I don't see anything wrong in me being open and honest and transparent in, well, I don't work for them anymore, so it doesn't matter at all. But the fact that I found out that I was going to be being made redundant from a company that I had worked for 19 years, whilst I was on annual leave on a train on the way to London. Oh no, I wasn't on a train. I wasn't on a train this time around, was it? Oh, it was when I was taking the horse box up with Janine and Herbie.
Yeah, and you had a letter.
Yeah. No, I had an email.
Oh, you had an email.
And then an email whilst I was on annual leave asking me to go to a meeting in 2 days' time when it was obvious I was off on holiday and not going to be able to be there. Which then also meant that I had this whilst I was then, away for 3 days, away from Rob for 3 days, and not with anybody that I could like physically see and speak to and console me, I guess, because I was so upset.
Yeah.
It was just horrible. Like the way they communicated that to me could have been done so much more compassionately.
It was awful, wasn't it, when you think really? And again, this is what I say, like people at work, things at work, you know, like communication just in the right way is better. It's better to you know, say how you feel. And I worked for the council before I did my fitness job, and I went through years of, I want to say bullying. It was bullying from my boss, but I was too scared to communicate how I felt because I was such a people pleaser and I didn't want to upset anyone.
Yeah.
But I think now if I was in that position, I 100% would have turned around and said to that lady, you know, you can't treat me like that, or, you know, but in a more diplomatic way. But I was just too scared to do it. I just don't understand as humans why we put up with that sometimes.
Yeah, and it's not till you get to your not latter years, but
yeah, we're not there yet.
we're not elderly yet. It's a privilege to grow old.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
not till you get
100%.
but later into your working life, I would say,
Yeah.
that you understand. And I think rules and things have changed, like the way you can be treated in a workplace. Obviously, like HR and things like that has evolved, hasn't it?
Oh yeah.
To enable things like that to be sorted in a more, I was going to say prim and proper manner, but yeah.
Do you know, what do you think about this situation? You know, like in work, everyone, like, if you go to like a normal workplace, everyone has to have a boss, don't they?
Yeah.
So, Fancy's going for it, sorry. Yeah, everyone has to have a boss, don't they?
Yeah.
But just because they're your boss, it doesn't mean that that person is better than you.
I was going to say superior to you. As soon as you said that, that made me think that. Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
it doesn't mean that that person's superior. They are just exactly the same as you.
Yeah.
It's just that sometimes we need to have somebody who oversees everything.
Yeah, or they've done the job longer, or they've just got more.
They've just got more experience, but it doesn't mean that that person's better than you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and I think some people.
It's nice when it makes when you're your own boss and you've got nobody to answer to, isn't it, mate?
I know.
That's one thing I would highly recommend, guys.
Work
Be self-employed.
Work for yourself.
100%. The horses agree. They're splashing on that. They're not shaking on it. They're splashing on it.
Right, T. I do have one last thing to ask you on the communication thing.
Okay.
I'm
in the tree.
Tina's in the tree.
Oi.
What about learning to say no to people?
That's something I've not been very good at. But yeah, that's something I'm getting better at. And I think that's also something that you've helped teach me that is okay to be done. Oh, she's pulling a soppy face. Is your finger in the camera? Because it's quite like, I don't know which lens we're using, to be fair.
Not in the camera.
Yeah, the importance of not always people pleasing and being able to say no, even if it's a commitment that you've made that you really did want to like attend or felt pressure maybe to attend. Knowing that if actually when you get closer to the time and it's something that no longer serves you, or maybe you are actually ill, or you know something's come up that means you can't go, don't be afraid of saying no, because actually you've got to look after number one. Rob always says to me, if you don't look after number one, nobody else will. And actually that's something that I hold, you know, him to for saying that. So I like that sort of phrase. Look after number one because nobody else will. And it's taken me quite a while to put myself first. I am like an empath. And I have been a bit of a people pleaser. And I continue to. I really do like assisting in making people happy and helping other people and like sharing my horses with people and stuff like that. That brings me joy. But equally at the same time, I have learnt that you can say no, and changing plans and stuff, it is okay. I used to think, oh my goodness, you cannot possibly change plans. But actually half the time the person goes, oh, phew, that's a relief. I couldn't do that anymore either. And you're thinking, oh my God, I don't want to let somebody down. But actually have the conversation, have communication. I think one of the key things also is pick up the phone. Don't just send a text. Don't send a voice note, because then you're waiting anxiously for a reply and thinking, oh, have I said the wrong thing? If you actually pick up the phone and have a conversation and speak a two-way conversation, then that is one of the best things you can do, because you get to know your answers and you get to know the position that everybody's in and at, and everything goes happily ever after then.
You know where you are.
Oh, this has been intense, Suze. Wow. Oh. I've enjoyed it though. I've had like a therapy session whilst on horseback. It's brilliant.
That's good.
Yeah. And hopefully we've tested out the new mics and they've worked well.
Yeah.
Hopefully they've drowned out the clip-clopping and the splashing and the eating.
Do you like the new mics?
Do you like the new mics? We're filming on a phone, so apologies if the footage is a little bit shaky. But yeah, that is a wrap. Good idea, Suze. You got arm ache. I'm just saving you, mate. How's your jolly pony?
Yeah, he's good. I actually thought, guys, when I got on him today, I was thinking, oh my God.
He was jolly, wasn't he?
He was jolly. I'm thinking, oh no, but he's been good as
He's always like that post-eventing. He's
So-
just pleased with himself. He's proud as punch.
Oh,
Mummy's proud of him too.
Such a good
And that's
boy.
where I am always ever grateful that I trusted my gut last year.
We're off.
Wow. I trusted my gut last year and knew he wasn't right.
Whoa.
I never see horses as naughty or cheeky or, wow, he was a bit cheeky in the show jumping. But that was my fault. I didn't install any discipline or anything that I've learned over the years because we were having too much fun. But wow, Banks is off.
I don't know where I'm
Is that a
going.
wrap
I'm really
then,
sorry,
Suze?
everyone. He literally, as we've just said that, and I said, oh, he's been good as gold. Look at him now, guys. He's on
See you
it.
later, alligator.
Yeah, bye.
In a while, crocodile.
Putting any leg
Yeah,
on.
I could. I didn't put my leg on once going around that cross country
I'm like,
course.
my leg is
not
firmly
something
off.
I'd recommend. Wow, Enzo's off now too. Okay, we weren't meant to be trotting today, darlings. So I mean, Banks isn't. Banks is just power walking. But that is a wrap. I'm going to end this here. Thanks for joining us. I hope you found some of our words of wisdom useful.
Yeah.
We're not experts. Disclaimer: this is not a. We are not professionals in
no.
any sphere.
No, go and get advice
Apart from
anyone.
professional talkers. We're good at chin wagging.
We are good at
we,
that.
we would make a good. I'd make a good agony aunt, and you're a good agony aunt. I told Alex he was an agony uncle the other day when I was ringing him up, being like, "Banks, he's not right." Anyways, that is a wrap. We will see you all in the next video, which is going to be Enzo out eventing. Susie's not going to be there. Wow, he thinks he's eventing now. He's going off road. Whee! Susie's not going to be there. She's not been very good at coming eventing this year, has she?
I'm saying no, mate.
She's saying no. She's learned the power of the word no. If it doesn't serve you.
No, it is.
Aw.
That is purely because Tina is going midweek.
Midweek
and I have to
eventing, yeah. Hey, it's because it's my sole income.
work. Exactly.
That is
Otherwise,
a
if
wrap.
It was a weekend.
Hope
I
you have
would be
enjoyed.
coming.
Oh, Banks is off showing again soon too. Woo!
Oh, look, there's a bin up here,
He's
mate.
oh yeah, Enzo didn't like this skip yesterday. Right, both hands on reins. Comment below with what you found most useful out of
Yeah,
this video.
comment below, guys, what you have learnt in your life. Give us some tips.
Oh
'cause
yeah,
we would
or
love to
do you know
that.
what? I like a quote.
Oh,
A nice
yeah, she does.
motivational quote. Give us one of them. What's your favourite one of them?
If it doesn't serve you, don't do it.
I like the surround yourself by people that lift you higher.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, what was that? I'm going to insert it here at the end because it's something I made ages ago and it went viral on Facebook. It was Banksy and Lola, me and Em walking away, and it went viral on Facebook, and then people kept using it. Wah! Right, that is a wrap. Enzo desperately wants to go the other way. Bye.
Just keep on touching.